Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by Subaru, by Bernie and Phil's Furniture, by Acura, by Dunkin' Donuts, and by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. 2-1 Red Sox on top. Let's find Eric Fried. Frito?
All right, Don, time now for our Ford fan of the game. Perhaps you saw Kurt Schilling wearing a Yankee haters hat. John Morby's the guy who's put it all together. Where'd the idea come from outside of the obvious as you're standing here at Yankee Stadium?
Boy, I'd love to take the credit for it, Eric, but my brother and his girlfriend came up with it. They're still arguing who had the idea, but things have gone well. We're taking orders. We're back ordered, and things have been great.
At YankeeHaters.com?
Yankees, plural, haters, singular.com.
The problem when you're the head, I guess, of YankeeHaters.com is they don't give you very good seats here at Yankee Stadium. We could not be any further away from the action here, but there are a lot of Sox fans up here, including John, our Ford fan of the game.
I wanted to be right in the middle of Lions Den. I'll take some bruising for the great Bostonians. They've been great to us. Anybody wants to yell at me, I'll take the bruises for them.
Well, he's got the hat, and he's showing a lot of courage up here. Back to you, Donnie.
Eric, hope you get out of there all right. You are a good distance away. Wow. Up there in right field as Bronson Arroyo works his way into the last half of the 7th inning. He has given up just one hit, the home run to Alex Rodriguez in the 4th inning. And here is A-Rod to begin things in the last half of the 7th inning. Sox stranding 2 in the top half of this inning. Fouled off the right side for strike 1. This pitching line is brought to you by Nissan. 78 pitches for Bronson Arroyo. Really economical amount as he works here into the 7th inning.
He got away with one there, too. That last breaking ball stayed about belt high. A-Rod had a pretty good swing on it, but fouled it off. One of the few mistakes that Arroyo has made today.
For a strike. I guess you would not call the home run pitch to Rodriguez a mistake. This was where he had to go get it.
Exactly right. That pitch was down knee high, maybe a little bit lower, and just a good piece of hitting by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez hits a soft roller. Miller was deep third on the run. The throw is not going to be in time. They run into the dive at first base to beat it out.
Pretty good day going right now for Alex Rodriguez, both defensively and with the bat. Back in the 3rd inning, a diving plate on that third base line to save a couple of runs. In the 4th inning, charging the ball to his glove side to make the play. And then the home run on a pretty good pitch by Arroyo. Home run number 3 on the season for A-Rod. And just beating out a weak little tapper down that third base line with the head first slide into first base.
Now Jason Giambi, who sends it through the shift and into right field. A-Rod up 90 feet to second base. It is not held onto by Millar. Into third base goes A-Rod. Just a little bobble out there in right field from Millar after Giambi had gotten it through the shift. And all of a sudden the Yankees with runners in the corners and the tying run just 90 feet away now.
Now Giambi again hitting through the shift to the Red Sox, and Millar in his rush to throw to third base. A bit of a bobble out there, and A-Rod had no intentions of going to third base, but once he did see the bobble, he'll move on one more bag. Here's Giambi with a top spin line drive that's going to quickly get through the shift on the right side. And then the bobble. This is A-Rod's at bat. With that head first slide into first base. Now A-Rod slowing up at second, figured he's only going to get one bag. Then he sees the bobble and on to third base. With that, the Red Sox quickly have some action out of the bullpen.
The first miscue of the day for the Red Sox. New York had made 2, both Kevin Brown, as you see Scott Williamson beginning to warm in the Red Sox bullpen. Arroyo about about to face Gary Sheffield with runners at the corners and nobody out. Arroyo now 81 pitches deep into his outing. He falls behind Sheffield.
You know, we heard the boos last night for A-Rod here at Yankee Stadium. Today he turned it around with a fine defensive play that played on the third base line, obviously with the home run, and they love his hustle into first base on that last play. So for the time being, they love A-Rod.
Sheffield sends it by Miller into left. Here comes A-Rod, and we are tied at 2. Going to do it for Arroyo.
For the most part, Sheffield's hit the ball pretty hard in this series. He'll get the breaking ball again from Arroyo. Again, not that bad of a pitch. It's away, but maybe a little bit higher than he would have liked to have had it. And Sheffield with a line drive past Bill Miller.
The Yankees have tied the score at 2 as Arroyo leaves. We're back with the new Red Sox reliever from Yankee Stadium as Scott Williamson makes his way in.
The best shave? Well, it just got better. 2 blades became 3. Introducing Gillette Sensor 3, the best sensor shave ever. So now, think 3. New Sensor 3 from Gillette.
What do you call a room that looks as beautiful today as the day it was painted? Benjamin Moore calls it Hathaway Gold. I call it the gold standard. I know what I like. Only the best will do. I found the quality I need and this terrific color at my Benjamin Moore retailer. Benjamin Moore paint helped me create a look that lasts in a home I love. What do you call that? I call it confidence.
Benjamin Moore. We make it simple. You make it beautiful.
What's hot in activewear? The Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what everyone's wearing to get deep heating relief in a patch that lasts up to 8 hours. Try on the Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief.
Now Bronson Arroyo out of the ball game now. It's tied at 2. He gave up 4 hits in this ball game. Kind of a strange inning for him. We'll take a look at the hit for Gary Sheffield. Breaking ball outside part of the plate, but he still hooks it for the base hit. His whole inning started with just a little dribbler down the third base side by Alex Rodriguez. Then Giambi hit the ball pretty well and followed by Sheffield, and very quickly they're off to Scott Williamson in the bullpen. 6th appearance overall. He's worked 5 2/3. His last outing coming Tuesday against Toronto. He pitched an inning in that game, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts.
Jorge Posada 0 for 2 today. A ground out and a fly out to the warning track. The Yankee Stadium crowd is very much alive now. Giambi at second, Sheffield at first. And the strike. Posada takes it as 1-1. Well, Bubba Crosby has taken over at second base to run for Jason Giambi, which represents the go-ahead run. So Crosby at second base, Gary Sheffield at first. There's still nobody out in the inning. The 1-1 sliced foul back into the seats. And Posada may have fractured his bat. He'll go get a new one. And the count of 1-2. Bronson Arroyo responsible for the 2 men on. 6+ innings, 4 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 4. He had given up just 1 hit. Coming into this, the 7th inning. That was the home run by Alex Rodriguez in the 4th inning.
All in all, a very nice performance today for Bronson Arroyo.
This inning really, as you mentioned, Jerry, started very harmlessly with just a little hit by Alex Rodriguez. Now a run in, runners at first and second, nobody out. And a count of 1-2 to Jorge Posada. The pickoff play at second, and it's not in time as Crosby able to get back. Corky Reese cheating in behind him.
Really not that big a lead at second base by Bubba Crosby.
Scott Williamson is not allowed to run in 5 outings. Over 5 2/3 innings pitched this season. He's held opponents to just an .091 batting average. Posada doesn't chase, and it evens up at 2-2. Well, he has been clutch. 7th inning on. 444 for Posada. 3 of the 7 home runs that he has this season coming from the 7th inning on. Soft ground ball down the first baseline. Ortiz flips to Williamson for the out. As the runners move along, Crosby to third, Sheffield to second, and there's 1 away.
Well, the good news for the Red Sox is they get it out and get the hottest hitter on the Yankees out, Posada. The bad news, just a little dribble down that first base line, and 2 men are now in scoring position.
We'll bring Dave Wallace, the pitching coach, out to the mound to talk to Williamson. And they'll prepare to face Travis Lee, the Yankees first baseman, who's 0 for 2 today.
Stay tuned after the game for New England's Red Sox postgame shows. W.B. Mason's Extra Innings, a complete Red Sox wrap-up, followed by Granite City's Extra Innings Extra. After the last inning, the action is just beginning. Red Sox with the infield pulled in with the 1 out, the score tied, and 2 men in scoring position.
Ball 1 to Lee. He's grounded out to second, fly to left.
Now Crosby at third base has got pretty good speed, so there's a good chance that they may play contact here with the 1 out on any ground ball. Red Sox, aware of that, have the infielders very, very close on the grass.
In the dirt, and Williamson has fallen behind 2-0. They're attacking a nice play, and it's now 3-0. First base is open. Switch hitting Bernie Williams waiting on deck.
Yeah, you might want to walk him here, put him on first base, and maybe try to end the inning with a double play against Bernie Williams.
So the intentional walk given to Travis Lee. They'll load him up for Bernie Williams. grand slams for Bernie Williams as the bases are filled with Yankees. Robert Crosby at third, Gary Sheffield at second, Travis Lee at first. Inside, ball one. The runners at second and third are the responsibility of Bronson Arroyo. Williams hits a ground ball towards second. Bellhorn to second for one. On to first base. It is in time. A very timely double play for the Red Sox to end things in the seventh. The Yankees are able to come up with a run, but at the end of seven, we're still tied at 2.
Can I tell you a secret? My man takes Levitra. Let's just say he notices a difference in the experience. Like, we should do this more often difference. Why Levitra? Levitra helps improve erectile quality for men with ED. For my guy, Levitra works fast, and it gives him the quality response that he wants, time and again. It's why he counts on Levitra.
Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains or alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. In the rare case an erection lasts for more than 4 hours, seek immediate medical attention.
My man takes Levitra. It's about the quality. And for him, Levitra works. Just look at that smile. Talk to your doctor today. Levitra. Quality when it counts.
Dad, the cable's out again. Can you fix it?
Is your family still stuck with cable?
Honey, the cable company has raised their prices again. This bill keeps getting bigger every month.
With cable, all you get is mediocre service, higher monthly charges, and limited channels.
There's got to be something better.
With DirecTV, it's all better. Because if you call right now, you can receive a 4-room DirecTV system with professional installation free. That's right, and get over 130 all-digital quality channels for only $29.99 a month for the first 6 months. Plus, DirecTV offers you access to over 225 channels, including premium movie channels like HBO, Stars, Showtime, and Cinemax. Plus, DirecTV offers your favorite local channels, too. Call now and get a 4-room DirecTV system with professional installation, a $300 value free.
Call 1-800-496-0878. That's 1-800-496-0878. Call now.
Back at Yankee Stadium, tied at 2 as we head now to the top half of the 8th inning. New York with a new pitcher, Tom Gordon.
Gordon making his 9th appearance in a Yankee uniform, an 0-run record with a 2.89 ERA.
Jason Varitek to lead it off.
What a double play. The Red Sox turn to end trouble in the 7th inning, and what a play by Pokey Reese, the Red Sox shortstop.
Acrobatic to say the least.
Man, he had Travis Lee coming in ready to take him out, clean him out, and he's able to jump right over him and still get enough on the throw to get it out at first base. Touches the bag, has to leave his feet, and then complete that double play. What a play by Reese.
The strike to Varitek has him down 0-2.
See, that's the one advantage a shortstop has, making a double play. He knows how close that runner is to him. He can see him, where a second baseman usually has his back to him.
So dribbled foul. Kevin Brown going 7 innings for New York today. 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. Good on the hands. Varitek able to fist it foul. Tom Gordon, now 36 years of age, the former Red Sox pitcher. signing as a free agent with New York during the offseason. Signed to a 2-year deal. And we'll take him through the 2005 season here with New York. Foul ground. A-Rod on the move. Did he catch it? No. Very good bid for Alex Rodriguez, who had to get there very quickly.
He'll get another nice ovation for that effort down the third base line. Looks like he might have lost his lid. Crashing into the wall, and then the hat, I guess, goes somewhere into the stands. And that wall just collapsed like it was put together this morning.
The 0-2. Varitek taking a ball. He's had a pretty lengthy at bat here. 0 for 2 with a walk today for Jason Varitek. Facing Tom Gordon, who last year in 66 games with the White Sox was 7-6 with 12 saves. Varitek appeared to punch at it, and they ring him up. Third base umpire Jerry Crawford said he offered. And the tag for good measure from Jorge Posada, as Gordon has struck out Varitek, and Varitek yapping down in the direction of Jerry Crawford.
Now, see, in that situation as a hitter, you don't want to run down the line because you hope to get the call. There's the attempted check swing. Now, the last thing you want to do is run because you're giving in that you did swing. The bad news is when you're standing there and he says you did swing, you got no chance to go to first base. Posada just got to go over and tag Varitek.
So 1 away here in the 8th inning. Here's Kevin Millar, 1 for 3 today. Scored the Red Sox second run. That was in the second inning. The Red Sox have not scored since.
'66 appearances a year ago for the Chicago White Sox for Tom Gordon. A lot of decisions. It was 7-6 out of the bullpen.
Did he go after it? Yes, he did. Earlier in this inning, Jerry Crawford bringing up Jason Varitek. Now on the other side, Phil Cuzzi saying that Kevin Millar offered.
And from that angle, it does look like a good call by Phil Cuzzi at first base.
Strikes out Tom Gordon with back-to-back strikeouts to open up the 8th inning.
Now Gordon still has that good live fastball, 90+ miles an hour, and when it gets upstairs in this area, not going to hit many of those. So the Red Sox, who had gone all day without striking out, had one last inning to Ortiz, and now back-to-back strikeouts here in the 8th inning.
2 down for Mark Bellhorn. Reached on an error back in the second inning. And since then, 2 flyouts to Bernie Williams in center field. The breaking ball misses away. Told the Red Sox have action in their pen, as Alan Embry apparently is up and warming, and he is indeed. Arroyo going 6+ innings today. Scott Williamson coming on last inning, and after the intentional walk of Travis Lee, able to induce the 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. A huge double play. Get out of that last inning and to preserve what is now a 2-2 game. To Mark Bellhorn. Fouls it straight back to the backstop, and it's 1-2. This Yankee capacity crowd coming to their feet as Gordon tries to strike out the side here in the 8th. And does. No, he didn't. Fouled it off. Bellhorn getting just a piece. And Honora with the indication that Bellhorn did indeed get a piece.
I can see that ball change direction and just drop out of the glove of Posada.
Again, the 1-2. This one will get away. And it evens up now at 2-2.
And this is the part of the pitching staff last year that had big-time troubles for the Yankees, and they feel like they've made the improvements with Gordon and Quantrill leading up to Rivera.
This certainly was an area that the Yankees had trouble with last year. They've certainly been shored up. Bellhorn fouls it off to stay alive up into the top deck. Gabe Kapler waiting on deck.
Thing to remember too here at Yankee Stadium in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, left field becomes the Sun Field, as opposed to Fenway Park, where right field is the Sun Field.
A full count now to Bellhorn. Bellhorn has walked 17 times this season. Strikes out this time, and Tom Gordon strikes out the side. Veritek, Millar, and Bellhorn all striking out in order. On to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 2.
We're ready to win you over at the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event, now held over with up to $1,750 cash back or 0% APR on select Hyundai Santa Fe's.
And you win with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. So put the Santa Fe on your short list. It's $4,400 less than a comparably equipped Toyota Highlander.
You win some, you win some at the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event.
Get a 2004 Santa Fe with up to $1,750 cash back or 0% APR.
Another baby shower, our 5th in a row. We can't help but feel obligated to go present after present, oohing and eyeing. You call this a luncheon? I'm starving. Finally, it's over. We pick up the pace. There's a McDonald's 5 minutes from this place.
Looking for some real food? Try our new Turkey Club flatbread sandwich. Turkey, bacon, and Swiss with lettuce and tomato on warm flatbread.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Meet me at Foxwoods.
Introducing the 2005 Nissan Altima with a comfortable new interior and a lease price of only $249 a month. Only $249 a month at your Nissan dealer now.
Well, how good has Scott Williamson been against the Yankees, including the playoffs last year? 5 2/3 versus New York, giving up just 2 hits. One of those hits, a home run to Ruben Sierra in Game 4 of the ALCS last year, but an outstanding effort here to preserve the 2-2 tie, inducing the big double play. And as we head here to the last half of the 8th inning, the Red Sox bring in Alan Embry.
Embry making his 10th appearance, and we look at who he's going to be facing. It's not going to be Wilson. It looks like Tony Clark is going to hit, and Clark's had pretty good success, 3 for 5 against Embry. Jeter 2 for 5, and Matsui 3 for 7.
Enrique Wilson had been 0 for 1 with a walk as Clark leads it off here in the last half of the 8th inning. So the line on Williamson, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, an intentional walk, no strikeouts. Now, Emery, the third pitcher used today by the Red Sox. One and one now to Tony Clark.
Last time Emery worked, as we can see the numbers against Emery for Clark, was Wednesday in Toronto, hitting a third in that game. Did have a strikeout.
One and two now to Clark. Clark did not get into the game last night, so his first appearance of the series. Clark hitting a home run against the Red Sox over last weekend on Saturday. Tony with 2 home runs on the season with his new team. In the dirt, it's now 2-2. .232, had 16 home runs last year, 43 RBIs. Got into 125 games last year, made 50 starts at first base for the Mets across town last season. Soft grounder towards Bellhorn, who throws out Tony Clark for the first out in the bottom of the 8th. Let's take a look at what's on tap for the Red Sox, brought to you by Heineken. 1 game left here with the Yankees right here on NESN tomorrow at 1 p.m. Red Sox are off on Monday, Tuesday through Thursday against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. All the start times at 7, all the action right here on NESN. The pregame report, of course, 1 hour prior to every game. 1 down, and it's back up to the top of the order for Derek Jeter. 0 for 2 with a walk today. Walked back in the first inning. And Emery fooling Jeter on that pitch. Jeter 0 for 4 last night, 0 for 2 today, so 0 for 6 in the series against the Red Sox. Matsui waiting on deck. He'll be next as Jeter bats with 1 out, nobody on here in the last of the 8th. A strike to Jeter, and it's 1-2.
Well, they've been really staying away from Jeter this series, and he's questioned almost every strike that has been called on the outside part of the plate. Veritek sets up away, the pitch away, has to reach for it, still called a strike.
Jeter swings and misses and strikes out. First strikeout for Alan Emery. And there's 2 down here in the last half of the 8th.
Right now, Derek Jeter in a big-time funk. You know, fastball away, then comes back inside with the breaking balls. I think we've seen more breaking balls this year from Emery in the early season than we did all of last year.
So 2 down, and here is Hideki Matsui. 0 for 3 today. Bronson Arroyo struck him out twice. 2 of the 4 Arroyo strikeouts over his 6+ innings today belong to Matsui. Red Sox in the 9th will be expecting Gabe Kapler, Pokey Reese, and Johnny Damon expected in the top of the 9th inning. And the Yankees have action in their pen. That is Rivera, who's up in the Yankees bullpen. Matsui lines lines it to right. Millar goes back, and he makes the catch that almost got over his head. He had stopped and had to lunge to make that catch in order to go the Yankees in the 8th on to the 9th. We're tied at 2 from New York.
Over 8 million drivers feel really good riding with Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The wonder of it all. Take a chance, make it happen. Pop the cork, finger snapping. Spin the wheel, round and round we go. Life is good, life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat. Let's meet and have a ball. Let's live, yeah, let's live for the wonder of it all. Meet me at Foxwoods.
Dunkin' Donuts Real Iced Latte, the drink that brings you back.
Here you go, sweetie. Hello, this is Christy. Hello?
Dunkin' Donuts Iced Latte, made with real espresso. It's the refreshing way to bring you back to life.
It's the final days of the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event, where you win with up to $1,750 cash back or 0% APR on select Hyundai Santa Fe.
And you win with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. So put the Santa Fe on your short list. It's $4,400 less than a comparably equipped Toyota Highlander.
You want to win? Then hurry in through April 30th for your best deal of the year. With Hyundai, you win.
Get a 2004 Santa Fe with up to $1,750 cash back or 0% APR.
Back at Yankee Stadium, tied at 2 in the 9th inning. Don Orsillo along with Jerry Remy, Eric Fried. As the Red Sox and the Yankees are tied 2-2. Gabe Kapler leading it off. Down 0-1. And time called as the ball came back onto the field from the screen. Bat boy running it down. Miguel Cairo takes over at second base. Enrique Wilson had been hit for by Tony Clark in the last half of the 8th. Kapler hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning, the only time that he has reached base today. Inside that time. Well, Tom Gordon had an excellent 8th. As he retired Veritek, Millar, and Bellhorn all down by way of the K in order in the 8th inning. He's back out there again for the 9th. Kapler chops it foul outside of third base. Well, a pitching matchup expected here tomorrow. The Red Sox going with Pedro Martinez against Javier Vasquez, who's coming back on just 3 days rest to get the start in the finale. All 3 now to Kapler in a full count. Kapler takes it, and the Red Sox have the lead man on in the 9th. So a pretty good at bat turned in by Gabe Kapler.
Take a look at the players that have been used in this game. Scratch off Gordon from that list for the Yankees. And the Red Sox still with a full bench of Crespo, Burks, McCarty, and Mirabelli.
Pokey Reese with a hit his last time up.
Now the Pokey bunts here and is successful. It will be the first sacrifice for the Red Sox this season.
Well, the Red Sox working to the bottom of the order here. Reese, the number 9 hitter, and he does square, dropping it down. It's a good one. Posada out to get it to first base, and there indeed he is, the first sacrifice of the season. And it gets up into scoring position. Gabe Kapler with one down in the 9th.
There are very few guys on this team that Francona will bunt with. Certainly Pokey Reese in this situation in the 9th inning is a guy that he'll do it with. And as I mentioned, that's only the second attempt at a bunt by the Red Sox. And the first time it's been successful.
So Kapler in scoring position at second base. Johnny Damon 0 for 3 with a walk. He scored a run back in the first inning after he walked. Gordon starts off ahead. They look to go with Gordon here to begin the 9th inning with the score tied. Rivera had been up, and he's still up in the Yankees bullpen. Broken back grounder softly to Miguel Cairo just into the game at second base. Almost fired that one by Lee, but Travis Lee able to make the catch on to third base, and just 90 feet away is Kapler with 2 outs in the 9th. Posada out to talk to Tom Gordon as they get ready to deal with last year's batting champion Bill Miller. In a huge spot in the top half of the 9th inning for the Red Sox. Red Sox have left 8 men on through the first 8 innings. A frustrating day with runners in scoring position. That one fouled off Posada. Red Sox today 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. The 2 sacrifice flies. And a chance to take the lead in the 9th. In on the hands, popped up. Jeter in the short grass in center field to make the catch. And Gordon and the Yankees get out of the jam in the top of the 9th. On to the bottom of the 9th inning, tied at 2.
I'm back, bigger and better than ever. So show me the money and I'll show you the best RV value east side of the Mississippi.
Travel the open road with an RV from Marty's U.S. RV. Now's the time to experience America with all the luxuries of home and the comfort and security of your very own RV. At Marty's U.S. RV, choose from New England's largest selection of new and pre-owned recreational vehicles. Fleetwood, Airstream, American Eagle, Monaco, and many other product lines in stock.
U.S. RV, quality, and price. Experience the U.S. RV difference.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more.
This month, Extra Mart is your baseball headquarters. Come in for the best in Major League collectibles and trading cards from Upper Deck, Topps, Fleer, and Donruss. Enter to win a trip for 2 to the 2004 All-Star Game in Houston.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
Another baby shower, our 5th in a row. We can't help but feel obligated to go present after present, oohing and eyeing. You call this a luncheon? I'm starving.
Finally, it's over. We have pick up the pace. There's a McDonald's 5 minutes from this place.
Looking for some real food? Try our new Turkey Club flatbread sandwich. Turkey, bacon, and Swiss with lettuce and tomato on warm flatbread.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Do you want me? Do you really want me? I bet you think you can't afford me.
Back at Yankee Stadium, tied at 2 as we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Alex Rodriguez making his way to the plate to lead it off in the last of the 9th inning against the Red Sox lefty reliever Alan Embry, who's back out there for the 9th. We enjoyed a 1-2-3 8th inning. Red Sox did have folk up in the bullpen, and they do now, but they elect to go with Embry here against A-Rod, the lefty-righty matchup. Ball 1 to Rodriguez.
In his career, A-Rod 1 for 4 against Embry.
Alex Rodriguez hit his 3rd home run of the season back in the 4th inning off Bronson Arroyo. A strike to even it up at 1-1. Well, there he is, Folk, who had been up last inning, back up again. As the Yankees bat in the last half of the 9th inning in a 2-2 ball game. In the 4th inning with 1 out after Bronson Arroyo had not given up a hit over 3 1/3. The home run just out of the reach of Gabe Kapler to left field. At the time cut the Red Sox lead in half 2-1. And A-Rod would score the game tying run in the 7th inning. A single by Gary Sheffield, and we're tied at 2 into the last of the 9th inning. This one bounces its way in, and Rodriguez is ahead 3-1.
On deck is Bubba Crosby. He came in to run for Giambi, so he is now in that DH role. And if A-Rod was to reach by a walk or a base hit, you'd probably see Bubba bunting. The 3-1 from Alan Embry. Ball 4. A-Rod aboard. The Yankees have the lead man on in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll see if you're right about Bubba Crosby, who's coming to the plate. I don't think there's any question about Bubba being asked to bunt here to get A-Rod to second base. Sheffield's on deck. Sheffield against Embry, 1 for 4 in his career, but that one hit a home run.
Crosby in Giambi's spot as he ran for him in the 7th inning. Squares and almost took that one in the face. He was able to get it off. Foul it off the left side.
Actually, that's a perfect pitch when a guy's attempting a bunt. You try to go upstairs so he'll pop up the bunt. That's a high fastball that he's trying to get out of the way of, but you see he did pop it up. Unfortunately, nobody can catch it. But a lot of fastball pitches with the good live fastball will go up high in that situation, try to get the pop-up.
Can't get the bunt down again.
That's just bad mechanics by Crosby. You know, he's got the bat below the ball. I mean, he's got to get his hands in the bat above the baseball to get it on the ground. Look at the location of his hands and watch him go up to bunt. You're not going to get it done like that.
Miller still in on the grass at third. We'll see if he tries it with 2 strikes. They appear to be getting ready to square as they fire to first base. They run back in plenty of time. That side's probably trying to get a look.
If he's going to bunt again, all you do is you throw him another high fastball. See if he goes after it.
Embry ahead 0-2. He is squaring, and he gets it down this time. Ortiz will throw the bell horn at first base to retire Crosby. After the first two, he still went after it on the third try, gets it down. The sacrifice successful. And the potential winning run standing at second base now at Alex Rodriguez.
The difference this time, he's able to bunt on top of the ball. The pitch was high, but he got the hand and the barrel of the bat above the ball and got the ball on the ground. So Crosby, even with the 2 strikes, bunts, and he gets the job done. Well, we'll see how they play this now at Sheffield. As I mentioned, Sheffield 1 for 4. That one hit a home run off Embry. And you got Posada on deck. Posada, one of the hardest hitters on the Yankee team.
Very well against the man in the bullpen, Folk. 3 for 4 for Sheffield. Against Folk, it was Sheffield's single in the 7th inning that tied the score at 2, scoring Alex Rodriguez. Now Alex Rodriguez stands at second base with 1 out in the last of the 9th inning. Ball 1 to Sheffield. Alan Embry facing his 6th hitter since coming on in the 8th. Strike to Sheffield, 1-1. Last year, 132 RBIs for Sheffield as a member of the Atlanta Braves, the 3rd most in the major leagues. Trying to deliver here for the Yankees. Up left side. Pokey Reese drifting to short left. 2 down.
Well, here are your options now. You've got first base open. Posada, who's been swinging the bat very well from the right side. You put him on first base here in the 9th inning. You take your chances. You got a left-hander on deck in Travis Lee. On the bench, as far as pinch hitters go, the Yankees have Flaherty and Sierra, a switch hitter. I think you got to put him on first.
From the right side, Posada hitting at .364 this season. And they will indeed intentionally walk him.
Now the question is, will Travis Lee come up to the plate, or will they send up Sierra, the switch hitter?
There's ball 3 of the intentional walk to Posada. And the intentional walk complete as Travis Lee makes his way to bat. He will indeed bat for himself, it appears, Jerry.
Well, this blocks off Clark. He's gone. Cairo is also in the game, and Crosby's in the game. So you got Sierra, Flaherty, Williamson out of the game for the Red Sox, Embry in the game for the Red Sox, and of course Folk loosening up in the bullpen.
Travis Lee 0 for 2 with a walk. He was intentionally walked in the 7th inning. It was 2 for 8 against Embry, 0 for 3 against Folk, who is just looking on now from the bullpen, not warming up any longer in the Red Sox pen. Travis Lee takes strike 1. The potential winning run at second base, and Alex Rodriguez with 2 down here in the last of the 9th. Posada at first. There the hands fouled off, and Lee down 0-2.
Huge advantage for Embry now. The 0-2 count against a left-handed hitter. Trying to get him to chase a bad pitch.
for a ball, 1-2. Two hits in 16 at bats so far for Travis Lee. Embry's 1-2 pitch. Lee backing out of the way of that pitch, and it's 2-2. Embry pitching in the ninth after a 1-2-3 eighth inning. He is 2 down in the ninth. Runners at first and second, and 2-2 count to Travis Lee. He pops it up, foul off first base. Ortiz drifting over towards the seats, but he won't have a play. It's back at 5 or 6 rows deep out of his reach. Not a lot of foul ground over there by first base.
That's been a steady diet of fastballs from Embry to Lee. We've seen on a number of occasions where Embry after that will go to a breaking ball and completely fool the left-handed hitter. Veritek and Embry getting together on what they're going to throw here on the 2-2 count.
The 2-2. Chop back towards the mound. Embry gets it, turns and fires low, but Ortiz digs it out. The Red Sox bullpen now 19 2/3 innings without giving up a run, and able to do it here again in the ninth. We're headed for extra frames, tied at 2.
The luxury utility vehicles from Lexus. They not only answer the call of the wild, they also answer the call of the civilized. See your Boston area Lexus dealer.
Can I tell you a secret? My man takes Levitra. Let's just say he notices a difference in the experience. Like, we should do this more often difference. Why Levitra? Levitra helps improve erectile quality for men with ED. For my guy, Levitra works fast, and it gives him the quality response that he wants, time and again. It's why he counts on Levitra.
Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains or alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. In the rare case an erection lasts for more than 4 hours, seek immediate medical attention.
My man takes Levitra. It's about the quality. And for him, Levitra works. Just look at that smile. Talk to your doctor today. Levitra. Quality when it counts.
Back at Yankee Stadium, tied at 2. As the Lions score will tell you, we are headed for the 10th inning. Both teams with 4 hits, both teams with 2 runs. The game summary is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Johnny Damon at the top of the order, 0 for 4 for the Red Sox. As the Red Sox are 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. They have left 9 men on base through the first 9 innings. And the Red Sox, as we head here to the top half of the 10th inning, will have to face a new Yankees pitcher. The closer is on, Mariano Rivera.
9th appearance for Rivera. He's worked a total of 8 innings so far this season. 6 strikeouts in those 8 innings. He does have 5 saves and has not been a ball game since Wednesday against Chicago.
The Red Sox have the right part of their order coming up. David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Jason Veritek. If anybody gets on, Kevin Millar will have a chance here in the top half of the 10th inning. A pretty good job turned in by the Yankee reliever Tom Gordon, who pitched the 8th and the 9th. Only 1 batter each. That was Gabe Kapler to begin the 9th. Gordon ended up going 2 innings, no hits, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 3 as he struck out Veritek, Millar, and Bellhorn in order in the 8th inning. The double for Ortiz back in the 3rd inning, his lone hit of the day. Strike 1 to Ortiz. Down and in, and it evens up at 1-1. Rivera with 5 saves on the season, 288 in his career. The Yankees' all-time career save leader at 288. Ortiz hits it high in the air to right field. Sheffield headed back. He's at the wall. He leaps and is able to make the catch. Had no more room in which to work with in right field as he hauls it in, and a very loud out for David Ortiz.
Can't believe that ball stayed in the ballpark. I thought when it left the bat, there's no chance that Sheffield was even going to come close to being able to make a play. Sheffield with his hand out to protect himself to the wall and then makes the catch up against the wall.
One down, and it brings up Manny Ramirez. Well, we can't believe it as he crushed that ball to right, but it doesn't get out. Manny Ramirez drove in the game's first run back in the 1st inning with a sacrifice fly, his 13th RBI. Rivera working here in the 10th inning. He signed a 2-year contract extension with the Yankees for 2005 and 2006 with a club option for 2007. And he could not hold up. And he went around, says Phil Cuzzy. 1-2.
Certainly the correct call by Phil Cuzzy, the first base umpire. And also by you, Don.
4 for 25 for Manny against Rivera as he fouls it off over by the Red Sox dugout. Jason Veritek waits on deck. The first a bit of business between Mariano Rivera and Manny Ramirez. And he doesn't chase, and it evens up at 2-2. Rivera starting on the DL last season. He fights off another, and it's still 2-2.
Just about everywhere is hot for Manny with the exception of down and away. The .270 batting average down and away. Had only .287, .297 over the middle of the plate.
Yes.
Geez, I throw him right down the middle of the plate. That's unusual, isn't it?
Very surprising for Manny. On the ground and into right field. Punched out of the reach of Miguel Cairo, the diving second baseman, and Ramirez is on with 1 down in the 10th inning.
Manny picking up his first hit of the day, punching the ball the other way. And that's in that zone, that .270 zone that we showed you. Manny protecting the plate and picking up the base hit. So that number will go up.
Here's Jason Varitek batting from the left side against the right-handed pitching Rivera. Well, not bad numbers against Rivera. Varitek does not have a home run against Mariano Rivera. With a very short lead at first base, easily gets back to the bag.
I think there has been more throws to first base against Manny this season already than all of last year put together.
He just looks faster this season than he did last. Varitek starts off ahead. Walked back in the third inning. He's 0 for 3. Jason has now walked 14 times on the season. One and one to Varitek. The Red Sox have not scored since the second inning. Single runs in the first and second for the Red Sox. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Cut fastball up and in that time on Jason Varitek. Looks like Varitek trying to open up a little bit to catch that cutter. Not that time.
Varitek grounds it down the first baseline, trying to go to second and doing so successfully to get the lead runner is Travis Lee as Ramirez retired. Varitek reaching at first with now 2 down.
Doesn't look like much, but that's a heck of a play by Lee. You know, he'll just go get that lead runner, a guy that could be potentially the winning run at second base. Instead, he cuts that down with the force play. And then been Giambi in the game. I doubt he would have even taken a chance to throw the ball at second base.
There's Kevin Millar with Varitek at first. And 2 down as he fouls it at the plate.
Now we've seen Varitek this year try a straight out steal, which is very unusual. He has mastered the delay steal.
Millar does have a home run off Mariano Rivera. Fouls it off, and quickly Millar is down 0-2. Top that time and missed. 40 saves last year for Mariano Rivera. 34 years of age from Panama City, Panama. Top again, and it's 2-2.
Of all the games the Red Sox and Yankees have played so far this season, this is probably the best one so far.
Millar fouls it off. They get a piece of Posada. It makes its way to the backstop. Career low 1.66 ERA last year for Rivera. Varitek at first base, 2 down. The 2-2. Grounded again, foul. Millar continues pretty good at bat.
in the infield, very deep in the outfield. Trying to prevent the extra base hit.
There goes Varitek, and they have it snuffed out, but the throw to second base is not going to get there, and Varitek is into second base. He took off, Rivera noticed, fired to first, and Varitek somehow gets to second base.
Gets to second base because the throw from Travis Lee is not anywhere close to second base. Looked like Travis Lee thought he was going to be throwing to Jeter over there, but it was not Jeter covering the bag. It was Cairo.
So now the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. Millar again grounding it foul. Osada will go out and talk to Rivera, and Millar fractured his bat that time. The 8th pitch of the at-bat will be coming up. Cheese crushed a ball to begin the inning to the track in right that Sheffield made the catch on. Ramirez singled. He was forced out at second base as Varitek grounded into the fielder's choice. Varitek standing at second base now with 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. Rivera locked up in a battle with Millar. The 2-2. Millar pops it up. Posada, the catcher, calling it foul ground. And he makes the catch to conclude the top of the 10th. Red Sox leave another runner in scoring position. On to the bottom of the 10th inning. We're tied at 2.
The value of the #1 selling Ford Explorer just got better. For the first time in the U.S. and only in New England, get an Explorer XLS with a sport appearance package and a third-row seat. Get this specially equipped Explorer with a third-row seat, 4x4 or more, with $5,245 cash back. Or 0% financing for 60 months, plus $2,245 cash back. This is the best value on the most affordable Explorer ever. Only in New England. Only for a limited time. Dunkin' Donuts Real Iced Latte, the drink that brings you back.
Here you go, buddy. Thank you. That's no duck. That's my wife. I told you that joke like 20 minutes ago.
Dunkin' Donuts Iced Latte, made with real espresso. It's the refreshing way to bring you back to life.
Your Dodge dealers got the best values in America, like the all-new Dodge Durango with 5-star, the highest government frontal crash test rating, plus available Hemi power, room for 7, and an even smoother ride. It's the all-new SUV with all you could want. Now grab $3,000 in combined cash allowances or 0% financing on Dodge Durango. Plus our 770 powertrain limited warranty. Great products plus great protection plus great deals gets you the best values in America.
Well, bottom of the 10th at the stadium, 2-2, Red Sox and Yankees, and some key plays in this ball game for both teams. In the 7th inning, bases loaded after the intentional walk, the double play. Pokey Reese with a great play at shortstop to turn to 2. Tom Gordon coming in for a fine inning, striking out the side in the 8th. And then in the 9th, Alan Embry picks up the final out to get the Red Sox out of trouble and keep that great streak alive for the Red Sox bullpen.
So the Red Sox will bring out a new pitcher as we head here to the bottom of the 10th inning. Keith Folk into the game.
Folk finally had a day off. Actually, Folk had a couple of days off. So he pitched an inning and picked up save number 5 on Wednesday up in Toronto. Had a strikeout in that ball game, overall making his 10th appearance of the season.
Takes over for Alan Embry, who went 2 innings, giving up no hits, no runs. He walked 2, 1 intentionally, and struck out 1. It was Bernie Williams to lead it off. For 3, grounding into the double play. in the 7th inning. So both closers are now in the game. Arroyo Rivera working the top of the 10th inning, and Keith Foulke working the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, and two closers who work more than one inning per game. I mean, you can see Rivera out there sometimes for 2 to 3. Same thing with Foulke.
Evens up at 1-1. Red Sox bullpen has now gone 19 2/3 innings without giving up a run. A strike, and it's 1-2. Bernie Williams will be followed by Miguel Cairo. And then back up to the top of the Yankees order, Derek Jeter, expected here in the bottom of the 10th inning. A ground ball, and off the glove of Ortiz, it finds its way into right field. The Yankees have the lead runner on for the 2nd straight inning.
Ortiz, who was playing close to that first base line, has to go to his right to try to make this play, and the ball deflects off his glove. Bernie hit the ball pretty hard, but that's one that Ortiz could have handled. Instead, Williams at first base.
They give Bernie Williams a hit. And he stands at first. Here's Miguel Cairo. Squaring. And he gets it down. Foulke throws to first. The sacrifice successful. Again, 2nd straight inning. The Yankees have been able to do that. Bernie Williams in the scoring position, representing the winning run. As Jeter makes his way to the plate.
Well, everybody's been successful with the sacrifice, but nobody's been able to drive in the run after the sacrifice.
Veritek and Foulke wrapping up their meeting as Brian O'Nora started out. Jeter 0 for 3 with a walk today, and the numbers against Keith Foulke. Inside, and Jeter gets the hands back out of the way. Last time up, Jeter struck out against Alan Embry. And it's now 2-0 to Jeter. Foulke calls time. A wrapper at the base of the mound had blown across. A windy day here in New York. And look at the in-scoring position numbers, and that gives you an idea of the frustration level for the Red Sox in that regard. All kinds of opportunities today, and they find themselves in a 2-2 game in the 10th inning. Jeter grounds it right side. Bellhorn fields and throws out Jeter, but on to third base. And now 2 outs goes Bernie Williams on the grounder to the right side.
Foulke going away with the fastball. Pretty good swing by Jeter, but the ground ball right at Bellhorn at second base. So Jeter continues to struggle.
The potential winning run 90 feet away. And Bernie Williams, Hideki Matsui, has not had a hit against Keith Foulke.
lineup right now, even though he doesn't have a hit against Folk, he scares me, I think, more than anybody.
The guy on deck is a little scary too, and Alex Rodriguez. 2-0 to Matsui.
Fastball followed by the changeup from Folk. So he's liable to see another changeup here on the 2-0 count. He did, but it's not a strike.
Yeah, 3-0. Last year's most valuable player waiting on deck, Alex Rodriguez. As time is called here.
That's Soho, the third base coach, was trying to get the attention of Matsui to give him a sign, and that sign's probably the green light, or he wouldn't have wasted his time, to call timeout.
Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Hideki Matsui, and this place will explode as Alex Rodriguez makes his way to the plate.
Well, he has turned boos into cheers today with his play in this game. The home run, the great defense.
A lot of conversations between Varitek and Folk in the inning. And Honora out to break up the conversation and give Keith Folk a new baseball.
Sierra has come out on deck to hit for Bubba Crosby.
The Red Sox and the Yankees, this is the 6th meeting of the year. The Red Sox 4-1 over the first 5 games. A potential winning run at third base in Bernie Williams. Runner at first, 2 down, and here is A-Rod. Almost hit him. Matsui has fallen behind A-Rod. A-Rod today with a home run back in the 4th, an infield hit in the 7th. Now they will intentionally walk him after Folk had fallen behind. That almost ended up over the plate, however high, and now the Red Sox will go after Ruben Sierra, who waits on deck. This is the 3rd intentional walk of the day given up by Red Sox pitching. So the bases are loaded. And it sets up the force anywhere with 2 down here, and again Varitek to the mound.
Sierra in his career against Keith Folk, 2 for 7.
Sierra. Well, his 2nd season with the Yankees this time around is with the Yankees earlier in his career, 95 and 96. But into 63 games last year and hit 276 for New York with 6 home runs. Strike 1 to Sierra. Is a switch hitter opting to bat from the left side against the right-hander. That's 185 so far. The 0-1 has popped up foul off the left side, and Folk is quickly ahead.
First two pitches, they have stayed away from Sierra.
Representing the winning run, 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the last half of inning number 10. Sierra grounds it towards first. Ortiz will go to second base for the force there and to end the inning. And Falk and the Red Sox get out of the jam in the 10th. We're headed for the 11th, tied at 2.
Water trying to blow my head. Rubber feeling woman, stop and lay my money down. Well, if you don't stop it, babe, find yourself sleeping in the ground.
Take me fishing and show me how to drive the boat.
Take me fishing, so we'll always have something in common.
Take me fishing, because my wedding will be sooner than you think.
To learn more about boating and fishing, visit waterworkswonders.org.
When it starts showing up in video games, don't let the needle-pushing T5 turbo performance mess with your mind. It's still built like a Volvo. Introducing the all-new Volvo S40.
Back at the stadium, top of the 11th, all tied at 2. Red Sox and Yankees will get the Globe's award-winning sports coverage every day. Call 800-984-5335 for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Globe, your world unfolding daily. Bases loaded. David Ortiz coming up with the play to end the threat for the Yankees with the bases loaded. He was screened a little bit by the runner, A-Rod, but he's still able to make the play and get the force out at second base.
So we play on to the 11th inning. And to lead it off for the Red Sox is Mark Bellhorn. Mariano Rivera back out there for another inning. He pitched the 10th inning. Red Sox stranding a base runner in scoring position in the 10th. And the Red Sox 0 for 16 in that category in the game. Bellhorn looking for his first hit of the game. He reached on an error back in the second inning. Strike to even it up at 1-1.
Great pitching today. 9 hits total for both teams and 4 runs for both teams.
Well, the Red Sox were able to take 3 out of 4 from the Yankees at Fenway Park last weekend. They took the first game of the series last night. Games this year at Fenway Park and 9 here at Yankee Stadium of the 19 games between the Red Sox and Yankees. A strike to Bellhorn and a full count. Red Sox last year finishing the year 9-10 against New York during the regular season. What Mark Bellhorn does best. That is the 18th walk for Bellhorn of the season, and the Red Sox have the lead man on here in the 11th.
Long look by Gabe Kapler down at Dale Swaim. See if there is a bunt put on here. Ellis Burks has come out on deck to hit for Pokey Reese.
Kapler is squaring. He was able to get it down. Rivera quickly fields and fires to second base, and they get the lead runner. Bunted too hard that time by Kapler, right back to Rivera. He didn't hesitate. And they fire to second base.
Yeah, right back to Mariano Rivera. And quick actions by Rivera. He knew the ball was bunted hard enough where he'd have a chance at that forced play on Bellhorn. Comes up and throws a one-hopper to Derek Jeter to get the lead runner.
So a pinch hitter here, Ellis Burks, will pinch hit for Pokey Reese. With a runner at first base and now one down. 133 so far for Ellis Burks. There's 4 hits and 30 at bats for the Red Sox. Last night with a single, and he scored twice in the first game of the series. There's 1 home run so far this season. Is 1 for 5 against Rivera. Home run, a solo home run on April 8th at Camden Yards. Fouls it off. With 32 home runs in 2002. He had 6 home runs last year in a injury-shortened 55-game schedule for him as a member of the Cleveland Indians. And did not play after June 7th due to the right elbow inflammation, then ended up having season-ending surgery on June 23rd. Sox have not scored since the second inning. Inside, and Burks gets hit. So this will put the potential go-ahead run in scoring position in Kapler. And Ellis Burks down to first base, a hit batsman.
There's the fastball from Rivera. Where does it get Burks? Right on the back part of the chest. Tough to tell where that hit him. Regardless, Ellis down at first base. Crespo's probably got to go in defensively, right? You would think that maybe he'd run for Burks. Burks, remember, has been bothered by that cartilage in his knee.
Johnny Damon 0 for 4 today with a walk. Damon walked in the first inning and scored the Red Sox first run. There's 3 hits and 18 tries against Rivera. Rivera now wants to talk to Posada. Johnny Damon has hit safely in 6 straight games in 10 of his last 11, and he does not have a hit today. Kapler at second, Ellis Burks at first. Damon takes strike 1. That time Posada had to come out of the crouch to reel that one in as he went upstairs that time to Damon, and it's 1-1.
This has been a real clean performance today from Mariano Rivera. Gave up the base hit in the 10th inning, and then now a walk and a couple of hit batter here in this inning. Patience shown from Johnny Damon.
Rivera into his second inning of relief in the 11th, and this is only the third Yankees pitcher. The Red Sox have now used 4 with Folk into the game. Kevin Brown, the starter, 7 innings, 2 runs, 1 was earned, and then 2 shutout innings from Tom Gordon to get us to Rivera. Damon will swing and a miss, 2-2.
Once again, up and in from Rivera to Johnny Damon.
In the dirt, Posada locates it quickly, and no advance for Kapler. And a full count to Johnny Damon.
That pitch that Damon swung at up and in.
0-32.
Yeah,
that general area. A 3-2 pitch. Damon takes it for ball 4. And the potential go-ahead run now just 90 feet away with 1 out. The second walk of the inning given up by Rivera. He's also hit a batter.
Once again, Rivera goes upstairs with a fastball, not in the strike zone, and Damon does not chase it. Thought about it, but did not swing, and the Red Sox, the bases loaded and 1 out. Back in the middle infield, trying to turn the double play, in at first base and in at third.
Bill Miller with a chance to give the Red Sox the lead. Rivera missing up top again. That's where he has been missing.
Yeah, he has not been sharp in this game today. Mel Stottlemyre takes a little jog out of the Yankee dugout.
I think of all the outings Rivera has had against the Red Sox, one in which he's had this kind of problems as far as 2 walks and a hit batsman in the same inning. And the Red Sox with the bases loaded here. And a 2-2 ball game in the 11th inning. And a full day of frustration as far as hitting with men in scoring position. 0 for 16. That category today for the Red Sox. A chance to rectify that situation right here in the 11th. Miller with a swing and a miss.
Johnny Damon's got to get himself a good lead and jump off first base. Any kind of ground ball that they can turn for a double play, he's going to try to get on top of that second baseman shortstop, knock him down, and try to cause a bad throw.
Miller pops it up around second base. And as Jeter ducks back to short center field for the catch, certainly not deep enough to try it. And Jeter throwing it homeward just in case anyway. Well, Bill Miller was at the plate when Kapler was at third base in the 9th inning, and he popped out to short. But Kapler at third base here in the 11th inning, he's popped out to short. David Ortiz with the bases loaded and 2 down in the top of the 11th inning. Has 1 grand slam to his credit, a .364 hitter. With the bases jammed as they are now. The Red Sox are very frustrating, 0 for 17 with runners in scoring position. Down and in to Ortiz, and did he go? No. They'll check at third. Jerry Crawford said he did not offer, and it's 2-0 to Ortiz.
Well, one thing that would send these Yankee fans in a hurry to their car would be the grand slam, wouldn't it?
That would do it, I'd say. Ortiz with a big swing at the 2-0. He fouls it off.
take a look at the hit zone for David Ortiz, his hot and cold spots, and you can see inside 268 and 100 down in it, which is unusual for a left-hander.
I wonder if his style of swing has anything to do with that. Bases loaded, 2 down here in the 11th inning. Ortiz pops it up foul, backing out of play, and it's 2-2. And this will bring them to their feet at Yankee Stadium. The 2-2 pitch. Ortiz fouls it off. Rivera trying to get out of a jam that he created. The 2 walks and a hit batsman. Bases loaded, 2 down. The 2-2. Ortiz strikes out, and Rivera does indeed get out of the jam. We head for the last of the 11th. Tied at 2.
Introducing Southwest's new online check-in. Now you can check in from your computer and print out your boarding pass before you even get to the airport, which means you can avoid the lines.
Money on your mind? At Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
Patriots fans, buy the greatest Super Bowl ever played on DVD with the NFL Super Bowl 38 Champions Special Edition. They battled in a war of give and take, but in the face of defeat, with only seconds left, the Patriots took back victory in the most exciting fourth quarter ever played.
29-29 tie from 41 yards. Looks good.
See it all and more with conversations with coaches, players, and game experts. The official NFL Super Bowl 38 Champions DVD. Buy it today where DVDs are sold.
The Red Sox return to Fenway Park Tuesday night and face Rocco Baldelli and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in a 3-game series. A limited number of tickets still available. Some tickets also remain for the Cleveland Indians' lone 2004 visit to Fenway, May 10 through 12. You can get yours today online at RedSox.com or by calling 877-RED-SOX-9. Well, Mariano Rivera getting the big strikeout with the bases loaded. Matter of fact, 2 big outs. He got the pop-up and then the strikeout to David Ortiz, and he stays inside with that high fastball.
Well, it is the first time that Rivera has worked more than 1 inning this season, and he was able to get himself out of that major jam. Folk going another inning here for the Red Sox. It was the 5th time in 11 appearances that Folk has gone more than 1 inning for the Red Sox, facing Gary Sheffield to get it started here in the last of the 11th inning. Those shadows are starting to play a role here as they make their way towards the home plate area.
Both teams, too, have had great chances late in this game in an extra innings. Well, you look at the Red Sox back to those first 2 innings, and they had a couple of walks, only got 1 run out of it. Then they have a couple of errors, a hit batter, only got 1 run out of it there, first 2 innings.
This one is laced foul. Wow. Looks like everybody's all right down there, remarkably.
Yeah, look, I saw Soho hit the deck down there as the third base coach, and fortunately nobody hurt on that line drive.
Think Soho will sign with the Yankees before the end of the season to play again? This one grounded foul over by the Red Sox dugout. Sheffield, Posada, and then Travis Lee scheduled to bat here in the 11th inning. Look out, and Sheffield gets hit. So the Yankees have the lead man on for the third consecutive inning beginning in the ninth.
Changeup, it looked like, from Keith Folk that just slips out of his hand and gets Sheffield on the backside. Take a look at regular speed. That is the changeup from Folk. Well, we know one thing. Posada's not going to be bunting.
Posada from the left side hitting at 276. The right side 364, just one hit, 11 tries against Folk. Sheffield has to dive back to the bag at first. Posada hits it in the air to center field. Damon looking up into the sun, able to make the catch, and Sheffield retraces his steps back to the bag at first, one down.
Again, that sun right now, as I mentioned, Don, especially left field, center field, going to be difficult on those guys. And Damon was battling a little bit on that fly ball, but able to make the catch.
Now Travis Lee, the first baseman for the Yankees. 0 for 3 today with an intentional walk. And the check on Sheffield, who does not have to dive back this time. The Yankees have had the lead runner on for 3 straight innings and 4 of the last 5 innings. They got the lead runner on in the 7th, and that was Alex Rodriguez, who scored to tie the game 2-2. This is the 18th game of the year for the Yankees, and for Travis Lee today, the 6th game that he has appeared in. As he gets the start at first base today. In the air to left center field, hit pretty well. Damon racing back. This one will be caught shy of the warning track. And again, Sheffield's got to go back to the bag at first. And Lee is out number 2.
That's the wrong place to go for a left-handed hitter in this ballpark. 399 out in that gap. That was hit pretty well by Travis Lee, but still plenty of room for Johnny Damon as he gets back to that warning track. Sheffield heading down to second base, thinks maybe it's got a chance. Nope.
Williams batting in the number 8 spot.
And I'm sure, Don, if Sheffield has himself a good jump, he has the green light to go.
Quantrill is up in the Yankees bullpen. Mentioned last inning as Bernie Williams takes a strike. First time this season that Rivera's gone more than an inning, and he's gone 2 here. So Quantrill comes on. little bit of a disturbance below us, Jerry, and behind home plate.
I think there's a Red Sox fan being escorted out of the ballpark.
He was tough, though. It took a lot to get him out of there. Check on Sheffield, a low throw. Ortiz able to come up with it. Sheffield led off the inning being hit by a pitch. He's still at first with 2 down. And Folk really trying to keep him close here. Red Sox with no action in their bullpen. Folk working here in his second inning of relief. Again, and that time it looked like he was leaning. He didn't react right away, and much closer play at first base.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get his footwork right to maybe steal. Got caught the leaning a little bit. And the close play back at the bag. Slap tag by David Ortiz.
There goes Sheffield. Williams takes it for a ball to throw down. Is in time. They got him. Veritek guns him down at second base to end the 11th inning. So we have played 11, still tied at 2.
Did you know the distance from the pitcher's mound to home?
New England's Red Sox postgame shows. W.B. Mason's Extra Innings, a complete Red Sox wrap-up, followed by Granite City Extra Innings Extra. After the last inning, the action's just beginning.
Well, Paul Quantrill has come into the game for the Yankees.
Quantrill making his 8th appearance of the season. He's worked 9 1/3, 11 hits allowed, only 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for Quantrill.
Manny Ramirez to lead it off here in the top half of the 12th inning. Manny takes a strike.
We are now officially standing up like the yes guys, Don. I have to. My back has been a little stiff in that seat.
I'm not going to let you stand alone, so I'm going to stand up along with you. And he hits one in the air towards right center field. Struck pretty well. It is up and it is off the wall. Ramirez is headed for 2, and he will pull up there. The leadoff double for Manny Ramirez to begin the 12th inning.
Well, Manny quiet early in this ball game, had the sacrifice back in the first inning, but in extra innings, a single off Rivera. Now the leadoff double off Quantrill. And I'm going to stand. I'm going to keep standing.
This could be the key to our success.
This could be it. Opposite field off the bottom of the wall for Ramirez. Red Sox looking for their first hit with men in scoring position.
That's correct. 0 for a lot. 0 for 18.
Now, this wouldn't be a bad time for it. Because we are standing.
Jason Veritek in on the left side against Paul Quantrill. And ball 1 to Veritek. Veritek 0 for 4 with a walk has done very well against Paul Quantrill. Red Sox have action in their bullpen now, as Pete Folk has gone the last 2 innings for the Red Sox. Like Timlin and Mark Malaska. Fouled off the left side, 2-1. Time Folk went 2 innings was April 8th in Baltimore in the 13-inning game. And he has gone 2 innings here against the Yankees, and we're in the midst of the top of the 12th inning.
pretty good shape. You know, 2 innings today. If they need him tomorrow, no problem. Red Sox have an off day on Monday.
The 2-2 to Veritek. Got a piece to stay alive. Quantrill now 35 years of age. Originally a 6th-round pick of the Red Sox in 1989. Member of the Red Sox from 1992 through 1994. Veritek fouls off another. Quantrill over the last 3 years, 80+ appearances each year. 2001 with Toronto, 80 appearances. 2002 with the Dodgers, 86. And last year, an amazing 89 appearances for the Dodgers. And he backs off here off the backside. Manny Ramirez in scoring position at second base. Nobody out here in the top half of the 12th. Veritek fouls it off the left side. And this played up there in the top deck drops down to the lower bowl.
The thing about the top deck here, Don, is you don't want to reach over too far.
No.
Because it's a long tumble down to that.
You might find yourself in the lower bowl. If
That's
you...
right. We had a guy fall on the screen here a few years back.
Really?
Yeah.
8th pitch of the at-bat. And it is grounded right side. Miguel Cairo throws out Jason Veritek, but on to third base goes Manny Ramirez.
Good battle and that at back by Veritek here. A number of pitches away, and he was able to foul off to stay alive. Now he gets the job done by hitting the ground ball to the right side. Fouled off a lot of pitches. He finally gets one. It's away, but he still hooks it. See him roll those wrists over, really trying to pull the ball down. Gets that man to third base. Now the Yankees pull the infield in. And we're still standing.
All the Yankee guys have sat down.
Yeah, well, we're going to stand. We'll show them.
The pitch to Millar is in there for strike one. Millar, an infield single back in the second inning for his hit. Since then has not had one. The Red Sox have had only 6 hits. And that gets a piece of Millar. So he's down to first base, a hit batsman.
Right in the stomach, it looks like. It gets Kevin Millar.
Yes. A kitchen shot on Kevin Millar. I was not going to let you stand by yourself, even though I really don't feel like standing. Because you're standing, you are the veteran guy, I'm going to stand.
I don't normally stand, but I have pins and needles going down, you know, through my
sciatic situation.
Yeah, surgically repaired back. So I'm now. Look at that. They're all tired over there.
Look at those guys showing me nothing. Mark Bellhorn, the hitter. A chance to put the Red Sox on top here in the 12th inning. To the mound is Osada to talk to Quantrill on here for the 12th inning. Gave up a leadoff double for Manny Ramirez. And Veritek to ground out to second base. Ramirez to third, then hitting Kevin Millar.
One thing we have not seen from the Red Sox this year, the squeeze play. Always a possibility.
Bellhorn lifts it to center field. Back goes Bernie Williams. He'll run it down, but tagging from third and scoring is Manny Ramirez. And the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead in the 12th inning. Mark Bellhorn on a sacrifice fly. All the runs in this game have come via the sacrifice fly, and the most recent has put the Red Sox on top in the 12th.
And Bernie Williams actually made a nice play on that to keep it at only 1 run. Ball left the bat from Bellhorn. It looked like it was going to get over the head of Bernie Williams. That's a low pitch, but he still gets it elevated and deep to the outfield to get the run home.
Millar still at first as Kapler takes a strike. So Mark Bellhorn getting the job done for the Red Sox here in the 12th inning. On the ground to his left is A-Rod. He'll go to second base, and that'll do it in the top of the 12th. But the Red Sox have pushed across the go-ahead run on top 3-2 as we head to the last of the 12th.
Video, monster cables, coaxial in, monitor out. Whatever happened to just plugging in the TV? Exactly the reason to go to the one place that can explain it all, deliver it all, and install it all. Tweeter. Just sit back and enjoy.
Authentic Italian cooking begins with fresh ingredients, and no one is more demanding than Bertucci's. Each morning, Bertucci's chefs start with nothing but the freshest ingredients, making garlic paste by hand, and of course, cooking everything in our brick oven to heighten the natural flavor. Who cooks like this anymore? Bertucci's. We keep the passion for authentic Italian cooking burning every day. Bertucci's, keepers of the flame.
Back at Yankee Stadium with the Red Sox now on top 3-2 in the bottom of the 12th, and it all started on the double by Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez to the opposite field with power off the bottom of the wall. A good job of getting him over the third base and then scoring on the sacrifice fly to give the Red Sox the one-run lead. Is Bellhorn with the sacrifice fly. So the Red Sox take the lead, and trying to finish it off for the Red Sox will be Mike Timlin, as he is called out of the bullpen. Timlin, first we look at David McCarty, who's taking over at first base for David Ortiz. A little more defense at that position. See the Timlin numbers, and he worked 2 innings last night in the game against the Yankees. Gave up a hit, no runs, and did have 3 strikeouts. And he's handled all the guys due up this inning pretty well in his career.
There they are, Bernie Williams, Miguel Cairo, and the top of the order, Derek Jeter, expected here in the last half of the 12th inning. You have to keep standing the entire inning since they scored at the top of the inning, Jerry?
I don't know. You know, I don't know if you should just stand like when it's on offense and sit on defense. I don't know. I think that seeing they haven't scored, the Yankees, in all this time, we probably should sit right now on the defensive end.
I don't know, Jerry. They scored while we were standing on the front end.
Okay.
I think we should stand.
All right, he's going to put the foot up on the desk.
We realize if this works, then we're going to have to stand a lot this season at different times. Bernie Williams to lead it off. And Timlin a couple of innings last night, back in there today, and the first one is in there for a strike. Williams will foul it off the left side. He's down 0-2. Last time up in the 10th inning, Bernie Williams singled to begin the inning, but was left at third base as the Yankees left the potential winning run in scoring position at second base in the 9th. In the 10th, they left the potential winning run at third base. So they've had their chances as well. And then last inning, the lead man was on. Gary Sheffield was hit by a pitch to begin the inning. He was caught trying to steal. 1-2 misses, and it's 2-2. You're stretching now. Is that what that last move was?
Yes.
Part of the sciatic.
Yes. Trying to stretch out a little bit, Don. It was a long night last night. Another long one today.
Strike 3 call. Bernie Williams down by way of the K to open up the last of the 12th inning.
Mike Timlin going inside. Now, Veritek wanted that ball away, but it stayed inside. And fortunately, Bernie Williams takes it for the strikeout. So the important lead man out here in the what inning is this, Don?
We're in the 12th.
We're in the 12th. See, when I stand up, I have no idea what inning it is.
You can't see your scorecard is one of the issues because it's so far away. We're going to have to get like podiums. Miguel Cairo, the hitter, with one down. Are you planning any other surgeries in the near future, or are you good for a while?
Jeez, I hope not. Got the left to operate on.
In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Timlin, the 5th pitcher used for the Red Sox. Folk went 2 innings, giving up a hit and no runs. Walked 2 unintentionally and did not strike anybody out. Fouled off the right side. It's 1-2 now to Miguel Cairo. Cairo's signing a 1-year deal with the Yankees as a free agent. Last year appeared in 92 games with the St. Louis Cardinals and hit .245 with 5 homers. Fouled off again.
Well, the only pitches left for the Red Sox in their bullpen are left-handed pitches. Seibel, Malaska, and Donato, who worked last night in his major league debut.
Here's Williamson, who went an inning. Embry went 2. Folk went 2. As the Red Sox starter, Bronson Arroyo 6+. And a pretty good at bat here for Cairo, who fouls off another. The final game of the series tomorrow afternoon right here on NESN. The Red Sox and the Yankees. Pedro Martinez looking for his 3rd win. He's 2-1. Javier Vasquez on 3 days rest. 2-1 going tomorrow.
Well, somebody threw that ball back on the field, I think, from the upper deck.
A 1-2 pitch. And then it doesn't chase, evens up at 2-2. I think like security is very good here at Yankee Stadium, though. I think when you played here, it may not have been as good back in those years.
No, they've always had very good security here. And but, you know, there's so many people, it's hard to keep everything under control. A few tomatoes used to fly out towards second base every now and then.
Would you feel unsafe playing here at times?
No, not really. I love playing here.
2-2 pitch. Another foul ball down the 3rd baseline this time. Mike Timlin was able to strike out Bernie Williams to begin the last of the 12th inning. Softly grounded down the 3rd baseline, and Miller will let it go foul. If he had stayed fair, he would have had virtually no chance to get Cairo.
Now, here at Yankee Stadium, they run the grass right up to the foul line. A lot of places do not do that, and that generally will hold a lot of balls down each line. See that grass right along the foul line area. Good place to bunt, but we don't see much of that.
As a professional bunter, I can tell that bothers you. 2-2 to Cairo. Finally gets him. What a battle that was. And Mike Timlin strikes out Cairo. Back-to-back case for Timlin, 2 down in the 12th.
Now Timlin, who worked 2 innings last night, comes in today and gets back-to-back strikeouts. Bernie Williams, now he just throws the fastball by Miguel Cairo. So the Red Sox 1 out away from a huge win in a hard-played game today. Probably the best game that they've had in this series so far between the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Well, what pitching really on both sides here today. The Red Sox and the Yankees meeting for the 6th time. The Red Sox have won 4 so far, 4-1 against New York. They can hold on, they'd be 5-1. A pitch to Jeter is softly grounded, cut off by Miller on the run, and in time the Red Sox have won game 2 of the series. A 12-inning affair, and the Red Sox win it 3-2. Well, what an effort this was here today, frustrating at times for the Red Sox. With men in scoring position, but they get it done in 12 innings to take the first 2 games of this series.
Play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino. And back in the 7th inning with the bases loaded, Scott Williamson gets the ground ball, and watch Pokey Reese come across and turn this double play. That ends a major threat for the Yankees late in the ball game. Foxwoods play of the game.
So the Red Sox with the victory better their record to 11-6 and now 5-1 against the New York Yankees. Folk is the winner. The loser Quantrill. This save to Mike Timlin, his first of the season. For Jerry Remy, Don Orsillo saying so long from Yankee Stadium. 3-2 Red Sox win it. It's time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings.
Well, Don, thanks very much. Welcome to our studios, everyone. Tom Karen along with Dennis Eckersley. A long wait, but worth every minute.
Well, that's the kind of game that you have to win. Right. You know, I mean, Arroyo came out and pitched a great game. I thought he pitched a great game. And he, you know, all of a sudden in the 7th inning, he kind of ran out of gas. They got 3 hits in a row. Bullpen comes in, pitches 6 hitless innings. You know, so they sort of outpitched their bullpen, but it was a game that any team could have won. Luckily, the Red Sox won it.
Keep the Yankees to 4 hits over 12 innings. You win in 3-2. You scratch away the runs. You heard Don and Jerry say it over and over. 0 for 19 with runners in scoring position, but you still get enough offense to win 3 sacrifice flies. So the Sox paid the sacrifice today and came away with the victory on the strength of that, you said, terrific bullpen. 22 2/3 of an inning now of scoreless baseball.
I mean, they've got it going on. I mean, they had a big double play ball that Williamson was in. That game was out of hand right there. That was a huge play. But anytime you can go and win a game, you're 0 for 19 with runners in scoring position. That says a lot. Like, thank you.
Let's go back to the beginning, because it was a strange beginning. They got a run in the first off Kevin Brown, chipping away at it. It was a sac fly. Then in the second, I don't know the last time I've seen consecutive E1s, 2 straight errors on the pitcher, and that's how they got themselves into trouble, the Yankees did.
Well, they could have opened the game up here, you know, consecutive errors right back to the pitcher. They give this a hit and an error as he throws it away. Millar falls on his face. Next play, he's going to cover first base on the next play. A little weak ground ball to first base. He gets over there in plenty of time, takes his eye off it and drops it. So he's in trouble right here. He's got guys on first and third. It's time for a big inning right here. We finally get a sac fly with the bases loaded, score 1 run, which is, you know, getting out of that with run off of Brown. I mean, he did his job. So they could have blown the game up right there a little bit, and they never could score again.
You look at Brown's line, 7 innings, he gave up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, 4 hits, 4 walks, and a strikeout. Looks like a pretty impressive line, but he did not look like the Kevin Brown we'd expect to see.
You know, watching him pitch, usually he throws that ball hard down and away. I mean, he threw a lot of balls middle. He only gives up 4 runs. It looks like a great line score for a pitcher, but I didn't think he really threw the ball all that well. It's just, I don't think the Red Sox swung the bat all that good today.
Bronson Arroyo, meantime, certainly the best we've seen him. A little bit of trouble early, a strike him out, throw him out, double play, got him out of the first inning. By the second inning, he was really starting to find his groove. He was just rolling.
That was something to see in the second inning right here. I mean, he goes, I think this is the second inning. He's got 3-2 count, backdoor breaking ball, gets Giambi looking, which is a nasty pitch. Then he has this guy set up for a slider away. He's looking for a slider away, throws him fastball inside corner. Nasty pitch. Then he gets a weak ground ball here. A nice play by Bellhorn. But he was looking good. He looked real good the first 2 innings, you know, and he was on his way. He only gave up 1 hit. Finally, A-Rod takes him deep. But they only had one hit going into the 7th inning and gave up 3 consecutive hits and then came out of the game.
That's where the trouble started. That's how we ended up going 12 innings because that tied it up. We're going to fast forward now. Look at a couple of chances in the 10th inning. First for the Yankees, bottom of the 10th. And these guys got the bases loaded. But again, the job that the bullpen's been doing. Keith Folk on the mound. Ruben Sierra pinch hits here.
Sierra, and he gets a weak ground ball on a changeup. Nice play by Ortiz to end the inning. This is what's been going on every inning. They had guys in score, lead off the innings on the 4 out of the last 5 innings. The Yankees had a leadoff runner on. They couldn't do anything about it. They left on base like 9 guys in the last 4 innings. So they had their chances to win the game. And then again, we had our chances. Rivera did a nice job. Folk did a nice back and forth.
Well, yeah, the next inning, the 11 Sox had the bases loaded with 1 out. They couldn't push a guy across. If they lose this game, we're sitting there saying 0 for 19 with runners in scoring position. They stranded runners left and right. That would have been a very, very disheartening loss, but all's well that ends well. But here's that 11th inning with bases loaded.
Bases loaded with 1 out. You think you're going to get to Rivera. Miller pops up a cutter. What new? Everything he throws is a cutter. And then he comes back and gets Ortiz with some gas. The ball stayed a little truer, but I think, that was the time to get Rivera right there. You get him with the bases loaded, 1 out. You got a score right there. And, looking back, if they had lost this game, that is what they probably would have looked at.
Yeah, they wound up stranding 14 in all, but they were able to scratch away the winning run in the 12th inning, and it all started on a Manny Ramirez leadoff double. 3 RBI today. All 3 came on sac flies.
Well, the Red Sox weren't hitting in extra innings either. Finally, Manny leads off the 12th inning with a gapper, and so this looks good. You're trying to get him over. And we're going to try to get him over to 3rd, and they do. He rolls over. That's a big out right there. Getting a guy over, huge. Get a guy over with an out. Now you got a guy on 3rd. Now we get a sac fly, which he smoked to center field. Bernie, which makes a nice over the back catch there, saving another couple runs. So it's just a 1-run game. And then Timlin does the job. After pitching last night 2 innings and coming back today and having a nice 9th inning, punches out the first 2 guys and a nice inning to save the game for Folk, who did a nice job.
Well, yeah, he won a couple last night. Folk had the last couple of days off, so he was fresh. He was able to go 2 innings. Let's go back to New York right now. Eric Fried has Mike Timlin after the game.
All right, thanks very much. Another good win for the Sox here at Yankee Stadium. And Mike Timlin, you closed it out. You finished with the bullpen starter, and they've been so good. Tell us how that pen has been over these last few weeks, because you've been getting everybody out.
Well, we're just trying to go out there and throw strikes, and get guys out. We're getting the ground ball at the right time. We're getting the pop-up at the right time, and occasional strikeout here and there. We're not trying to do anything extraordinary. It just seems that, it looks that way.
There's great depth out there, obviously. I mean, one after another comes out there, and there's all some quality pitchers. Tell me about your teammates who went before you here tonight.
Well, first of all, God gives us the ability to go out there every day, all of us. And, we got to give praise to him for that. But everybody that he brings out there, he gives a grace to, and we go out and we throw strikes. Arroyo, he threw a great game. I expected him to complete the game the way he was cruising. And then, Alex was actually looking for a slider, I think, and hit it over the fence. And, they battled back. And, we just says the same thing for this team again. We just stay in the game. We keep coming at you.
We've asked this to several of your teammates so far. Are you seeing some qualities that you saw last year that worked so well so far with this year's team?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We just made a few changes to this team. And, it's relentless. Our lineup is relentless. We just keep coming at you. And, if the pitchers can keep the hitters in the game, we got a chance to win a lot of ball games.
Mike, thanks and congratulations.
You got it. Appreciate it.
Bullpen does it again as the Red Sox beat the Yankees. Now back to you.
Mike Timlin has had real good numbers against the Yankees. He had a great postseason last year. Second half of the season, he was fantastic. Except for that one opening night outing in Baltimore, he's picked right up this year.
He has. Just look, the bullpen. What can you say about the bullpen? This is about as good as it goes. They had all their best guys out there, too. Williamson, Embry, Folk, Timlin. It doesn't get much better than that, and they go 6 innings, give up goose eggs, no hits. It doesn't get much better than that, and the Yankees are feeble. Feeble lineup.
Yeah, the lineup is not getting the job done, obviously, for the Yankees, although their pitching was solid today. It's as good as we've seen their pitching. But the Red Sox bullpen is our choice as a group for the Subaru star of the game. Subaru, driven by what's inside. What more can you say what these guys did today?
That every one of them is overpowering. They come in, if they get guys in scoring position, they can punch people out. You know, and all the way through, every guy that came out of the bullpen is a strikeout type of guy. So when you get in trouble and you got guys in scoring position with less than 2 outs, you know, you've got guys that can strike people out and you don't want to even put the ball in play. But the Yankees, what can you say about the Yankees? I mean, they just, I hate to say that the bullpen, you know, is cruising, but the Yankees just look terrible at the plate.
Truly, they do. I mean, everybody, Jeter had another hitless day. He was 0 for 5. Matsui struck out his first 2 times up, wound up 0 for 4 on the day. Actually, A-Rod was going about as good as anybody today, 2 for 3 with a couple of walks. But by and large, this vaunted lineup is just getting nothing going.
I mean that's why winning a game like today, they could have very well lost this game. And so the less of the two evils. One, you know, their offense wasn't very good today either, the Red Sox. But the Yankees, Jeter looks bad. I mean, you could pick anybody in this lineup, they look bad. I thought Sheffield swung the bat pretty good today.
Yeah, that's right. And Posada still does, obviously, but he went without a hit today as well. He was 0 for 4 on the afternoon, so it's all good for the Red Sox. They take the first 2 in New York. They have taken 5 out of 6 against the Yankees. Today's 1-12, and they win it 3-2.
Recently, Dodge Ram was pitted against 4 different full-size competitors. An independent company ran each through a battery of tests, and every time, the truck that out-towed, out-hauled, and flat-out outperformed the competition was the Hemi-powered Dodge Ram. Kind of makes you realize why Ram commands respect from every driver, especially ones that count on performance.
Sweet!
0% financing or $3,500 in combined cash allowances plus a great warranty gets you the best values in America.
Dunkin' Donuts Real Iced Latte, the drink that brings you back.
Here you go, buddy. Thank you. That's no duck. That's my wife. I told you that joke like 20 minutes ago.
Dunkin' Donuts Iced Latte, made with real espresso. It's the refreshing way to bring you back to life. Today's show is brought to you by WB Mason, the official office product supplier of the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, this one started about 4.5 hours ago. Kevin Brown on the mound. 3-0 against Tampa Bay, but no decision in his only other opponent that he faced. That was the Red Sox last Monday. Here, Kevin Millar, the ground of the pitcher. Brown throws the ball into the dugout. That's a base hit and an error on Brown. He goes to second. Next batter, Mark Bellhorn, the ground to first. Travis Lee, the toss. No, that's another error on Kevin Brown. Already 1-0 Sox at this point. Next up, Brown hits Gabe Kapler to load the bases, and then Pokey Reese will make it 2-0 with a sac fly to center field as Millar scores to make it 2-0. They would not score again for 10 innings. Bronson Arroyo on the mound, meantime, mowing them down. Jason Giambi strikes out looking there in the second. And the next batter is Gary Sheffield. He can't pull the trigger on this one. Back-to-back looking Ks for Arroyo. He wouldn't give up a hit until 1 out in the 4th, and A-Rod waking up a little bit. Solo homer to left field. 3rd of the year for Alex Rodriguez. Good effort by Gabe Kapler, who timed that leap pretty well but couldn't snag it. 2-1 Sox. Bottom of the 7th now. Sheffield with the single just past the dive of Bill Miller. A-Rod comes in to score. We got a tie game, and we're just getting started. Bottom of the 7th now still. Bernie Williams grounds into the 4-6-3 double play. Nice job by Pokey Reese to turn that. Scott Williamson gets out of a jam. Now, bottom of the 10th. 2 outs of the bases loaded. Keith Folk, gets Ruben Sierra into the 3-6 force out to keep it tied. Top of the 11th, Sox have the bases loaded with 1 out. Bill Miller pops to short. Not enough to get the runner home. Mariano Rivera pitching and finishes off the inning by striking out David Ortiz. 2-2 into the 12th. Mark Bellhorn get a sac fly to center, and Manny Ramirez, who led off with a double, will come in to score. That breaks the deadlock at 3-2. It came off Paul Quantrill, and then Derek Jeter grounds to third base to end it. Mike Timlin gets the save. Keith Folk in relief gets the victory. The Red Sox get the win. As we take a look at the final numbers for you, only Manny Ramirez able to get more than 1 hit. In a long afternoon at the Paul Yard, pitching reigned supreme on both sides today as the Sox managed to scratch out the 3 runs, and that was enough to win it in the 12 innings. There's the Red Sox pitching. Bronson Arroyo, his best outing, 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched. Williamson, Embry, Folk, and Timlin combining for the scoreless effort, the hitless effort in relief. The 6 innings of hitless relief, and the bullpen continues to just mow them down. Let's go back down to New York. Don and Jerry with some final thoughts. Guys?
Thanks very much. Well, an exciting game for the Red Sox. Well played on both sides, and a nice victory today.
It really was, Don. I think this is the best game these 2 teams have played so far this year, and the pitching has just been great. You know, you got a terrific job out of Arroyo to start the game. Then the bullpen, who has been absolutely outstanding all season long, gets it done. You look at Timlin coming in to close this thing out. Here's a guy that pitched 2 innings last night, comes in and has a very easy inning to finish the thing off. So, you know, a nice win for the Red Sox. You come in, you win 3 out of 4 last week. You take the first 2 here at Yankee Stadium, and you got Pedro Martinez going tomorrow. So, you know, things certainly in the Red Sox favor.
Well, the Red Sox 5-1 against the New York Yankees so far this season. As Jerry mentioned, we'll see Pedro tomorrow up against Javier Vasquez. Now back to Boston.
Time for our W.B. Mason delivery of the game. 7th inning. Scott Williamson on bases loaded and a tie game. Bernie Williams into the 4-6-3 double play to end it. And boy, what a great job here by Pokey Wilson to get this done.
He goes head over heels just to get this ball to the other side. I tell you what, that inning right there could have been the game. Absolutely. 7th inning, bases loaded, Bernie Williams up, double play ball, huge. We thought, you know, and this happened again and again 2 more times, but at that time, that was a big part of the game.
Well, we talked so much last year when there was the discussion about the committee, about how you don't always need the big situational save in the 9th inning. Well, there was a perfect example where that 7th inning wound up being huge as Williamson was able to come in, get the Red Sox out of that inning, and keep that game going. Essentially, that was the save moment right there.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, the thing was, you have to put your closer in a game like this, in a tie game on the road. You don't see that much anymore, but they're going to it more and more. Rivera's in the game because it's tied at home. But anyway, Falk did the job, got in trouble a couple of times, but they wiggled out of it, and having Timlin come out there to have a save is key too.
And no drama. 1, 2, 3 in the 12th to put that away. We're going to hear from Keith Folk just a little bit. Bronson Arroyo as well, as he had an excellent start, though he did not get the win. He was long gone by the time this one ended in 12. 3-2, the Sox win it.
Question: when is a deal really a deal? When it's an Accord from Honda. When it's IntelliChoice's best overall value for 2004. And one of Car and Driver's 2004 10 best picks again. And now for $239 a month? Question answered. Now you can lease an Accord LX for $239 a month for 36 months. You got ID? Okay.
Nothing goes better with leftovers than some ice-cold Pepsi. It's the Cola.
Another baby shower, our 5th in a row. We can't help but feel obligated to go present after present, oohing and eyeing. You call this a luncheon? I'm starving. Finally, it's over. We have picked up the pace. There's a McDonald's 5 minutes from this place.
Looking for some real food? Try our new Turkey Club flatbread sandwich. Turkey, bacon, and Swiss with lettuce and tomato on warm flatbread.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
The roads were really nasty. Where's your truck?
Want to handle anything? Then get into Jeep Adventure Days, where qualified lessees can get a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $299 a month, and our 770 powertrain limited warranty on every trail-rated Jeep 4x4. See your local Jeep dealer today.
Our Sovereign Bank player profile today was starter Kevin Brown for the Yankees, not involved in the decision, but an interesting outing for him. He walks Miller here in the 7th. This inning sort of wraps up his day. I mean, strikes out Ortiz looking.
Which was the only strikeout he had. And it could have been a lot worse for him. I didn't think he threw the ball that well, but he got out of trouble in that second inning where he made a couple of mistakes. Ground balls hit back to him, and they only scored 1 run. So he held him to 4 hits and 2 runs, 1 earned. Looks like a great line score on him. You know, his ERA goes down, but he just didn't look like, you know, the Kevin Brown that I, used to seeing. You know, that hard sinker and dominance. You know, you only strike out 1 guy. He just didn't look like he normally does.
That's 2 no decisions against the Red Sox, and each time the Red Sox win it. So that's an interesting stat right there. And as Jerry Rim said before, you've lost 5 out of 6 to the Red Sox. You've lost the first 2 of this series, and now you got to go up against Pedro Martinez tomorrow. Not where the Yankees want to be.
That's a good situation for us. But at the same time, you talk about the Yankee lineup. I've been saying they haven't been swinging the bats very good. You got to give credit to this pitching staff. I mean, this pitching staff is good. Today, everybody threw the ball exceptionally well, starting with Arroyo. I mean, he really did pitch good.
A-Rod is starting to come out of it a little bit. Start defensively as well, because he really does look comfortable. That was the big question in the offseason. Not whether he'd hit. He knew he'd hit. It's whether or not he'd be feeling and looking comfortable at third base. Looks pretty darn good here.
Well, he saves Brown right there. He saves Brown with 2 runners, first and second, that ball down line. He saves him 2 runs, at least 1 on that play.
And this isn't a great defensive play, but this is a play a third baseman's got to be comfortable making, and he does it.
Oh, he makes that play easy. After playing shortstop, that's nothing for him to make that play. But he looks like he's like the home run, he was like looking breaking ball all the way, and he gets a low breaking ball. He takes that pitch 2-1 right down the middle. So what's that tell you? He's looking for a breaking ball. And look at the way he hits this ball. Kind of one-hands it, boom, hits this ball 400 feet. I mean, he's looking for that breaking ball. When he's looking for it and he gets it, he's going to put a good swing on it. And this guy knows how to hit home runs. He's been hitting 50 a year for about the last 3 or 4 years. Look at this ball. This ball's down. One hand comes off of the bat, kind of flips it. You think, he hasn't got enough power to hit it out there. This ball is way back. And he makes a nice play at this ball. Almost times it perfectly. That would have been a great snag.
So A-Rod, as we said, showing signs of life, had an infield single later, walked a couple of times, so 2 for 3. But, I mean, he came into the game batting .224. That obviously went up a little bit today. But over the last 4 games, going back to the last Chicago game, 3 of the hits are infield little squibber things and a bunt that he got on to get going in Chicago. I mean, his average is coming up a little bit. He's not looking that good at the plate right now.
No, but he's hovering there about 220, and even the balls he hits the right field, looks like he's not even trying to hit the ball the right field. And but you get a couple of these little weak little ground ball hits, they're going to add up, and it's going to get him out. Comes out after the day he sees I'm 2 for 5. That's not too bad, but. Hitting that home run ball out was kind of nice. This is the 7th inning when they got 3 hits in a row off Arroyo. And here, you see right here, Miller makes an error to let him go to third. But this could have been a big inning, too. Williamson comes in and holds him, but here's a bullet right here. Now, there's nobody out, and now the score is 2-2. So the Red Sox are in serious trouble right here. They bring in Williamson, and he does the job. Boy, that double play ball by to Williams,
Yeah, he got out of it. Boom, 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 and that's huge. I mean, yeah, he came in that 7th inning, and Posada went back to first base for a ground ball, moved the runners to second and third. They wind up walking Travis Lee to load the bases and take their chance, and then that Williams 4-6-3 double play. That was, as good as the bullpen was throughout the game, that was the clutch situation. That was coming in with the fire going and putting it out.
At that point, we're thinking that he's pitched such a good game. That's too bad because they're going to lose this game right here. But the bullpen came in and put out that, and they continued to do it for 6 innings and no hits.
It was interesting. Last night when last night when Contreras came out of the game and Osborne came in and gave up the 3-run home runs, you made a comment that that's a couple more earned runs. The way he pitched.
Greatest rivalry.
This is how you remind me.
says, yeah, now we're going to go. They go